Well, here we go again. You gotta love the internet, giving these people an opportunity to upload their interesting views. Today we're going to do a talky bit about how science is the exact same thing as fairy tales, with a good dose of look up in the sky, it's a cloud, it's a contrail, it's wrong conclusions. Yes, wrong conclusions from a strange fellow with his mind firmly stuck in another world, who came to the internet with the abilities such as conspiracies and paranoia far beyond those of mortal men. So without further ado, here's Jake, the, asshole? Oh, that's a nice chap, I'm sure.
So, I like to think a regular person who asks logical questions can be smarter than a well-indoctrinated scientist.
Well, your intelligence level has nothing to do with your education level. However, your education level has everything to do with your intelligence level. And of course your drive to learn stuff. So...
Or physicist or whatever kind of physicist they are.
Hey, physicist? That's not a thing. Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, Google, what is a physicist?
The medical physicist assistant is an individual who has completed relevant didactic education.
That's not exactly what I asked for, but okay.
Sorry, I'll try to do better.
Oh, well, don't worry about it. It was a silly question anyway. I'll see you later.
Okay, goodbye for now.
Well, you're off to a great start, aren't you, Mr. Asshole?
You know, someone will be like, well, I went to school for 28 years.
Ha, nerds. Am I right, Mr. Asshole?
In astrophysicology.
Well, that's not a thing either. I'm not gonna bother Google with that again. Also, let's just appreciate this still frame for a moment. I mean, I've heard of the up nostril viewpoint, but into mouth viewpoint? What the hell is this even?
So I think I know a little more than you. It's like, no.
It's like, no? No what? What kind of rebuttal is that even? Obviously he would have more knowledge in the fields he has studied for, you know? That's kind of the thing what education does.
That just means you are a well-indoctrinated buffoon.
Ah yes, I almost missed that word. You used that before. Indoctrinated is not the word you're looking for. Also, buffoon is not the word you're looking for. I'm sensing some projection here, right, Mr. Asshole?
And you know all the intricacies of a fantasy fairy tale.
A fantasy fairy tale. So, here we go again. Demonstrable, repeatable, testable, verifiable, falsifiable, and of course predictive evidence is now somehow a fantasy fairy tale. Tell me, are we gonna play the game of a fantasy fairy tale are not the words you're looking for indefinitely?
So it's like, check it out.
Check it out. That always reminds me of Hudson from Aliens. Check it out.
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 Except you're not an ultimate badass now, are you, Mr. Asshole?
I can go for 20 years and learn about Goldilocks and the Three Bears fairy tale.
Well, that would mean you are a extreme fanboy of Goldilocks and the Three Bears? Why would you? Why would you?
And come up with, like, all the ins and outs and even mathematical equations.
For what? On Goldilocks and the Three Bears? Well, I guess you could make some calculations about why the soup is too cold, too hot, or just right, and why the chair is too hard, too soft, or just right, and last but certainly not least, why the bed is too hard, too soft, or just right. Or maybe you'd even get all philosophical about the story's morals. Something about breaking into someone's home is wrong, or how your actions actually affect other people? Something along those lines? Who knows?
For why Goldilocks went and slept in all those fucking bears' beds.
Yeah, fuck those bears and their beds. Or, I don't know, where are we going with this?
And why the whole story went down. And why each bed to her felt just right.
Well, clearly you have some studying to do on Goldilocks and the Three Bears. I mean, just one of those beds was just right. Right?
I could go through and study that down to a T and give you all sorts of well-worked-out answers for why Goldilocks and the Three Bears did all that shit they did.
I bet you can't even name one thing they did in that book, because it's pretty obvious you have no idea what the story is about, or what actually happens. You haven't even gone past step 1, reading the book. I mean, what the hell does that even say? Someone who doesn't know the story about Goldilocks and the Three Bears and just says things. You know, I've come to notice that just saying things is basically what you guys do. Even when it comes down to a children's story. What the hell is this even?
But, at the end of the day, it's a fucking fairy tale!
Really? I wonder what gave that away. It was at this moment Father Skeptic said, "Move out of the way, man!" Little did he know, one does not simply dodge a facepalm. Only under certain circumstances are you allowed to dodge one. But that didn't stop the good old skeptic. What the? Holy hell, Father Skeptic, what do you think you're doing? Oh, you're just gonna fly off? Well, alright then. Oh, well, let's continue with Mr. Asshole here.
It's not even real! So why are we talking about it in the first place, god damn it?
Why are we yelling? And with we, I mean you. Also, what the hell are you talking about, Mr. Asshole? You're the one who brought it up, and now somehow you're mad at yourself for bringing it up? How does your mind even work?
A real... a smart person, any logical mind would just say, why didn't the bears eat that fucking dumb bitch Goldilocks?
Is that really the thing you're hung up on? I mean, it's not a bloody horror story. It's a children's story, rated E for everyone. Not to mention, why aren't you worried about the fact that the bears are talking and have, well, basically a human home?
This whole... Bears don't have houses and beds. What the fuck's going on?
Oh, hey, would you look at that? You actually made it back into reality. I guess you could say I pulled the trigger a little bit too soon, Mr. Asshole.
It's a fairy tale. Just like the heliocentric model in space in the shape of the Earth that they've showed us.
And after merely dipping your toes into reality, you instantly dive back into the fantasy lands of the Flurfs. The thing is, we can actually demonstrate Goldilocks and the Three Bears is a fairy tale. However, we can also demonstrate the heliocentric model, space, and the shape of the Earth. Now, I think you've got some wires crossed there, buddy. Your analogy sucks. Also, I'm kinda tired of you lot and the heliocentric model. It's a solar system. Heliocentrism only talks about our insignificant solar system. We have found other solar systems, mate. Get on our level already.
It's a fucking fairy tale. They just have well worked out answers.
Huh. Or in other words, evidence and proof. Tell me, what did you guys have in terms of evidence and proof for your flat Earth idea? Oh yeah. Nothing.
So whenever someone wants to give me a well-worked-out answer about why the Earth is tilting and wobbling...
Oh, let me guess. You're gonna go, nuh-uh, because that's basically what you Flurfs do. You don't do anything else than nuh-uh. Nuh-uh is not a rebuttal, mate. Or have you graduated to making other noises?
And you can see the stars forever and Jupiter's red eyes staring at you forever.
What does that even mean? Forever is not the word you're looking for, right? Wait a minute. Let me guess. You mean you're hung up on the distances involved and think light can only travel so far? Based on, well, wild guesses and claims out of thin air, of course. Great. Another issue with you guys not understanding the scales involved.
It's like, time out, wait a minute. Is a fairy tale.
Contrary to popular wait a minute, that's not the wing I use. Well, contrary to popular belief, just saying things isn't enough to prove stuff. But do go on.
It's the same thing as Goldilocks and the fucking Three Bears, man.
Except one is a demonstrable fairy tale and the other is based on evidence. Why are you still hung up on your failed analogy, you silly man? They are not the same.
The bears would have just ate that dumb bitch and they never would have had any goddamn beds for her to sleep in anyway.
No shit, it's a fairy tale for kids.
Okay? Bears, you know, like they probably just sleep on like some fucking leaves or like in a cave and shit.
Hear ye, hear ye. Jake the Asshole discovers anthropomorphized cartoon animals aren't representative of the real world. While of course thinking he's real smart about it.
Goldilocks and the Three Bears.
Yeah, fucking Goldilocks and the Three Bears. How dare they make a children's story? You know, the nerve of these people. Bloody hell.
So that's basically the heliocentric model, is Goldilocks and the Three Bears.
You know, to be quite honest, it's kinda adorable he thinks his brain fart here is some kind of gotcha. I mean, the mere fact he's so hung up on the entire failed analogy, while at the same time completely incapable to see why it's not working the way he thinks it is. No, wait, I take it back. It's not adorable. It's just a sad display, boy.
And you got a bunch of fucking people who went to school and have degrees who want to explain why.
Yeah, how dare they get an education? I mean, seriously, that's just a waste of time, right? Instead, just driving around in your car holding your phone in your hand while with one hand on the steering wheel, while just saying things without backing anything up, and of course continuously going on about a failed analogy. That is of course the epitome of schmurt.
Goldilocks and the Three Bears makes total sense.
Huh? In what way, Mr. Asshole? Your entire analogy was based on that it was a fairy tale and you're trying to compare reality and all the evidence we do have with a fairy tale and now all of a sudden it makes sense? Are you contradicting yourself? I think he's contradicting himself. That doesn't sound very smart.
So, that's my fairy tale rant for the day.
Oh, it was a rant, alright. Was it a good rant? No, but it was a rant. So, good job? I don't know.
Heliocentrism is a fairy tale. La 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 la.
Jake the asshole, people. A very serious man driving around in his car, spouting nonsense. Blah, blah, blah. God damn it. So, with that out of the way, Mr. Asshole, or Jake the Asshole, welcome to the... What the fuck am I watching now? Who's this? Is this... What? Okay, well, we're looking at the sky now. Why are we looking at sky? I don't know. He's probably gonna tell us. Anytime now. Mr. Asshole, is that you? Oh, for fuck's sake, what are we doing?
No trails!
What are you doing?
No trails today! Not a fucking one! Not one single trail in the whole sky!
Oh, I see. You want to solidify your membership in the Order of the Sillies. Well, go right ahead.
Pretty strange. Are there no such thing as airplanes today?
Well, I don't know about America, but in Europe there are sometimes less planes in the air. But regarding the trails, the conditions have to be just right to actually see those trails, you know?
Are the airplanes that fly today only capable of making contrails that disappear immediately?
The conditions have to be just right to actually, contrary to popular belief, I don't like to repeat myself.
Why is that?
Well, something about conditions having to be just right.
I know it doesn't have anything to do with the temperature.
Oh, you know, do ya? It's just that there's a little thing called low temperatures when they do form. So temperature definitely has an influence on it, Mr. Asshole. Not to mention there has to be a low vapor pressure as well. So there's that. But hey, you know it has nothing to do with temperature, right? That's all we need. Obviously.
Because on days that are hotter than this, I can still see the fucking trails lingering in the sky.
Yes, because the temperatures at the 10-kilometer elevation are the exact same as on the planet. And it's kind of sad I have to do this, but that was sarcasm, mate.
So which is it? Which is it? Are chemtrails real? And some days they just don't spray, like today?
Or, now stay with me here, the temperature up there is too warm for chemtrails to actually form. Also, just a thing about chemtrails, don't you think it's rather inefficient when they are doing that evil thing all the way up there at 10 kilometers elevation? Wouldn't it be easier to drive around with trucks spraying that stuff into neighborhoods? Or could it be paranoia-fueled madness, accompanied by a complete lack of understanding how contrails work? Nah, that couldn't be, right?
Or is there something magical going on in the sky which makes every single airplane's contrail disappear immediately?
I don't think your definition of magic is the correct one here. A combination of high vapor pressure and high temperatures will not produce contrails. Why is this guy not understanding this? And I don't even know why I ask these questions. I'm an optimist. Everyone knows I'm an optimist. But holy hell, man. It's just sad you can't even get the basics right. Look at me, Ma. I'm spinning around again. Whee!
Because ain't no fucking chemtrails.
Uh-huh. So we're done here. Of course we're not done here. Not
even contrails. Every plane I see go by, the trail disappears immediately.
Yeah, it's almost like you don't understand how contrails form. Strange, that.
So, what happened today?
Does this look like the face of a man who cares? But, since we're here.
To make the atmosphere incapable for a lingering contrail.
Contrary to fucking hell, carry on already.
Makes perfect sense for those of us who know we're being fucking sprayed.
And you know this based on what exactly? Let me guess, you read it or saw it on the internet.
Some days they don't spray!
Why are we yelling? I mean, you.
Some days they do!
I can just imagine people sitting on a bench somewhere looking at this guy screaming his his head off. What are you doing, mate? And that's probably what they think as well.
Makes perfect fucking sense if you know they're spraying us with shit.
That look on his face. There's probably someone looking at him from one of those benches I just mentioned.
And then you people who say chemtrails aren't real, but that those are demons.
What the fuck? This silly is going after even sillier people. Well, that's quite interesting, actually. Bickering among the sillies.
Yeah, I know you can zoom in on some planes and it looks like the planes are invisible, but you can't fucking jump ahead and say that the planes are demons.
Uh-huh. I hear you, Mr. Asshole, but why are you so angry about that? Also, planes that are invisible, that's probably an optical illusion, some kind of reflection, or using a silly P900 or P1000. Get some better equipment, mate. I mean, it's a fancy bridge camera, but there is better stuff out there if you really want to get proper results, you know?
Because then what about today? It's blue. Are there no demons today?
I don't know. Why are you asking me? I am not into demons. What does blue have to do with demons anyway? I mean, does the sky have to be red for demons?
So for you people saying that the chemtrail airplanes are actually demons who are spraying us, well, what are the demons spraying us with? And then did the demons take days off too?
What? Why are you shooting? It wasn't silly, it was funny.
I don't see any fucking demons. I don't see any chemtrails. Two groups of people that I'm debunking right now. Chemtrail deniers? Yeah. If there's no trails in the sky today, makes perfect sense that they take days off from spraying.
Huh. Or, now stay with me here, they are not spraying chemtrails. You know, before you make a claim, something that you are basing your entire argument on, you have to prove said claim. But the mere ignorance on display here, where you don't even know how a contrail is formed, that's just silly. Although I gotta admit, I have never seen a silly debunk other sillies, so good on you.
It doesn't make any sense that the sky is incapable of producing a lingering contrail.
So, you know, when it's cold outside and you breathe, you see your breath coming from your mouth, right? The same thing happens to contrails, buddy.
But then if I come out here tomorrow, I could find a shitload of them.
Hear ye, hear ye. Jake the Asshole discovers that weather patterns are a thing and can even vary per day.
So it has nothing to do with temperature or conditions in the sky.
Hear ye, hear ye. Jake the Asshole has no idea what he's talking about. And my previous statement has to be redacted. God damn it, Jake the Asshole, what are you doing?
It would make perfect sense if every time it was above 78 degrees, then there are no trails because it's too hot. But if it's below 78 degrees, then chances are there will be trails. It would make sense if there was a temperature.
It would make sense if there was a Okay, I'm gonna skip past that. But you still don't realize that weather patterns in different elevations are different. I mean, have you never felt the wind come from one direction and then see the clouds in the sky go the other direction? I don't know, it must be magic. Or heck, maybe even demons, right? Hey, guys, should we tell him? That was sarcasm, Mr. Asshole.
But there is no temperature, no guidelines. It's either the trails are there or they're not.
Or the vapor pressure and temperature is there or it's not. You do not understand anything. But hey, we've been observing that the entire video.
And on a day like today, I can see the fucking mountains all the way off in the distance. It's so clear. So what does that mean? Apparently in your reality, clear skies are not a thing? You're weird. And didn't I already say that? Clear days prove chemtrails do exist and that we are being sprayed.
But, in this case it proves you have no idea what you're talking about. And what's the matter, Cannon Crew? Now you don't? Me and my big mouth.
A clear day with zero trails is proof
of your complete lack of standard of evidence, right?
That they're spraying shit in the sky.
What kind of shit?
And for those of you saying that chemtrails is just a conspiracy and that those are actually demons, well, now you have to come up with the reason why the demons took the day off.
What the fuck am I even watching right now? I mean, chemtrails are a conspiracy. Check. But now, chemtrails are a conspiracy because of demons. What do I even just say to that? Pentagram? Check. Hey ho, tic-tac-toe? I don't know. I am clearly out of my league here. This is exponentially silly.
Demons need a day off to rest and recuperate from all that flying around?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe Doomguy had a little bit of fun in hell and just kicked them around a little bit? Who knows?
Please. We're obviously being sprayed. They manipulate the weather.
Huh. Well, weather modification, as it's actually called, that is a thing called cloud seeding. So, you know, bravo for getting something right.
So on a day like today, when there's nothing in the sky, makes sense to me. The pilots who spray that shit just aren't spraying today for whatever reason.
How dare they? No, wait, fucking pilot? I don't know. I have no idea where you're going with this. Other than a complete lack of understanding how contrails work. Oh, good God, man.
Perfect sense. But you can just deny it and come up with some magical fucking reason why the sky is perfectly blue today.
It's called the weather. You silly man, you. Oh, holy hell. You know those people I mentioned on those benches that were observing this guy? They're probably running away right now.
Stop being a fucking idiot.
Mr. Asshole, Jake the Asshole, you're a fucking idiot. Also, welcome to the Order of the Sillies for a well-deserved stay. I hope you enjoy your stay because, well, you made fun of other sillies, so I don't think the other jesters are very happy with you. Especially when I find some demon-obsessed sillies to join the Order. Well, alright everyone, thanks for watching. This was quite interesting, wasn't it? It was also rather silly. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Remember, tickle that bell and do whatever you want to that subscribe button. We're almost at 2K. So, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. How the hell do I find these people? I mean, seriously. Starts off with a fairy tale and then ends up with chemtrails in his mind. Ah, weirdos.